Oh, howdy all. Grab yourselves a beer, it's time for some Path of Exile discussion. Today, all I want to do is gather a little bit of evidence for or against the hypothesis that using a Harbinger's Orb on a map, on a red tier map, has a 20% chance to upgrade it into a red tier beachhead. So what you'll see here is a full inventory. I've pulled out 50 different maps, tier 11 on this side, tier 12 on this side, and what I'm going to do is smash each of them with a Harbinger's Orb until either it becomes a tier 16 map and then you can't use Harbinger's Orbs on it anymore, or it becomes a red tier beachhead. So without any further ado, let's go for it. If the hypothesis is right that it's 20%, then we should expect to get 40, give or take, up to 2 standard deviations, which would be about 6.5, so anywhere from 27 to 53. Okay, so you'll notice here I can't use any further Harbinger Orbs because it's 16 already. There's a beachhead, there's a beachhead. And the good thing is you can spam click this because there's nothing that can really go wrong. In the current league, so this is something that's quite exclusive to the Heist League, Harbinger's Orbs are ridiculously cheap. I had to pay about 1.2 chaos each on average for my 200 of them for this experiment, which they've never been this cheap before. And that's because they drop in extreme quantity from the heist content. Okay, so we have gone through all of the red tier maps that we had here. Sorry, all of the tier 11s. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 36 maps. Of those, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 that did not upgrade. So they had 5 Harbinger Orbs used on them and didn't go beachhead, and 23 of them did. Now we've got 14 of the tier 12s. It may be that we run out of maps before we run out of Harbinger Orbs. We'll have to find out what happens there. I'm seeing an interesting bias where Necropolis seems to be much more common than Summit, and I will be interested to run a little bit of an analysis on that when we get to the end. So, okay, that is all of them at this point. We didn't get anywhere near as many, so we have used 192 of these, I believe. Let me just... Sorry. No, we have used 182 of these Harbinger Orbs to upgrade all 50 of the maps that we had. Of those 50 maps, we have, and I'm just going to recount them just to make sure I didn't derp it before, 13 of them there that didn't upgrade. 17, 19, 21. We have 22 that did not upgrade, and 28 that did go into Harbinger Orb, into Beachhead maps. At this point, what I'm going to do is just jump to the map tab, and where is my map tab? There it is. I'm going to dump all of these 16s away, and then I'm just going to start picking out more low tier maps low as in red tier maps, and I'm going to keep repeating the process because we did run out of them. One thing that's of note, you can dump all of your beachheads away, and these are all tier 15, the beachheads. You can't get the infused beachhead this way. The infused beachhead is drop only as far as I'm aware during the Heist League. I've not had one of them drop for me personally, but sitting on 32 of them is kind of nice. So let's hit the tier 12 maps. Actually, let's hit the tier 13s because they're all good layouts that I've got left at 12. And I'm just going to go grab all of these out. I will be chiseling them, and I'll explain why in a sec. It might help if I actually succeed in clicking that maze. That was not smart. So, once it becomes a beachhead, it becomes the map is also corrupted. That means that you can't apply any quality to it at that point. Quality is really reasonable value at the moment because it's just so cheap to apply. So at this point, I'm just going to see how we go. Alright, so there we go. That's 5 more that we got from that lot. Let's dispose of all of the maps back there. And we now have we're now in a position to finalize the count and ascertain exactly how many we got. So currently I'm sitting on 37. Now this is in range. What this means is that this does not provide any strong evidence for the hypothesis that it's a 20% chance, because it could still be a slightly lower chance. However, it definitely doesn't rule it out either. It's not an exact match, but that's statistics for you. If it is 20%, 40 would be the number you would expect intuitively, and that would be correct. That's the expected value. However, the standard deviation would be approximately 6.5, and it's generally the case that you'll be within one standard deviation 68% of the time in statistics, and within two of them 95% of the time when you run a random trial. This is a random trial, and so I can't really say for certain what the probability is. All I can do is just say this is not really evidence either way, but we got 33 beachheads for our 200. 33 is also possible for it to be 1 in 6, and it's also possible for it to be 1 in 7, maybe even 1 in 8. 1 in 8 is still plausible. 25, yeah, that's still within realistic range. It's not likely to be any lower than that, but this is still a question that requires a much larger sample size. In terms of the sample size you'd need if you wanted to actually pin down a probability really accurately, I would suggest you'd need a sample size of 5,000 Harbinger Orbs. At that point, if it is 1 in 5, you will get between about 940 and 1,060, and if it is 1 in 4, you'll get between approximately 1,170 and 1,320 or so. So that will give you a bit more. That will give you more information that you can pin it down with. But even then, it's very difficult to tell the difference between 20% and 19%. Got any comments or questions? Fire away below though. Otherwise, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you have a good one.